Hey, so I want to share you a story I think about a lot. It's kind of bad luck talking about this, but it's not like a major thing. One time, my tags, my license plate, and my license were invalid, as well as I didn't have any insurance. One time, I'm driving the car outside of my job, you know, and this is in Georgia. Leaving my job, I noticed that this sheriff car just drove past me real fast. I'm just like, oh, how about I just drive slow so I'm not driving too close to him. I don't want to get pulled over, man. Because in Wisconsin, I was pulled over when this jackass gave me this car I have now. He didn't tell me at first that the license that the place he gave me weren't good, but he wound up giving me real temporary plates and another license plate. And when the new license plate I have now was valid, I guess the temporary ones were invalid, and I got pulled over in Wisconsin for having bad plates. But I had to put on the good ones. But I remember this cop, he just asked a bunch of questions. This is when I was like real weak, real submissive to law enforcement. I was a real, you know what? I was a real weenie. I don't want to curse. I was a real weenie back then, and yeah, I just I just really I was just real submissive back then. I would let them search the car, pat me down. I put my hands on the car hood. I don't do that anymore because I've grown up. I was mentally 12 years old in a 27-year-old body. You can just say that, but I've just had so much crap thrown in my face that I've just grown from everything. But um yeah, this cop in Wisconsin, he just asked me a whole bunch of questions, and I really didn't have to answer any of them. But in Georgia, the cop drove past me, and the minute I get up to the next block, he's on the right side of the street, and it's a cop car on the opposite side as well. And I'm at the red light. His light is green. He's supposed to go, but I guess he's waiting for me to like go. He wants to follow me, and I'm like, that's not going to happen. So you know what I do? I back my car up. I get in that left lane, and when it's time to go, it's time for that green light to go. I go right in that Walmart parking lot. No lie, man. He was so caught off guard. He couldn't follow me because that's profiling. So he got on the opposite side, like where a bank is, and he literally he turned his lights off. He parked his car because when he saw me getting out, he got out the car. He got out of his car. And when you're not committing a crime, they they can't like legally like question you. They can talk to you, but they can't stop you. You know, they can't do anything like that. They can't detain you if you haven't committed a crime. Cause today, like maybe 30 years ago, cops could probably get away with that. But the thing is, it's cell phones, body cams. They don't want to lose their pension. That's all they really care about at the end of the day. Do not believe for a second a police officer gives a damn about you because they don't care about anyone. But um the only people they care about are young women in their teens that are legal of age, sometimes of the same sex as well. If you're a young man in your teens of legal age, because they feel like they can control you more and sometimes get sex out of you as well. That's really also a purpose of being a cop. You want to have sex from the people that you help in your doing your job. Because I know there's a lot of cops will give people their phone numbers, but it's all about the free food, the sex, and their pension. That's all they care about at the end of the day. So, um, oh yeah, I just drive out. I get out the car. He gets out of his, and all I hear in his record is black male walking this direction, and that's me. And I look up at him, and he's like, hey, haven't I seen you before? He says it in like kind of a calm way. I just said, I don't know, have you? And he's just like, oh, I just seen you, you know, turn in that parking lot back there. And I'm acting like I don't know what he's talking about. I was like, oh, that was you? I didn't know that. And then he and we paused for a second, And I just said, he's like, where you coming from? I don't have to really tell him shit. I'm like, I'm coming from up the street. And he's all like, up the street where? I'm like, up the street. And he's like, you mean the restaurant? I was like, I think so, yeah. And then he said, well, why'd you turn in the left lane? I don't have to really tell him anything, but I just said, well, I saw you and I had to use the bathroom. So I wanted to park my car, you know, I wanted to park in the Walmart parking lot, but I had to park and I had to turn in the left lane because if I would have turned in the non-left lane, you would have gave me a ticket. And I said it just like that. And he got so mad. Like he this is I remember was this. He just said, "Oh, you have to use the bathroom? You have to use the bathroom? Oh, well, go on then. Go ahead and use the bathroom. I guess you're gonna wash your hands too." I think he said something like that. I was cracking the hell up. Like the next day, I was so anxious. Like cause he was still there when I got out the bathroom. He was still there, and I took the long way coming back. I literally walked. Like I don't like walking in the grass, so I walked to where I'm not walking in the grass. I had to walk 2 blocks to get to the gas station. I could have just walked across the street, but I took the long way. When I came back, he was still there talking to like one of none of his cop buddies. And he eventually drove off. He just said, let's just leave this freak to himself. But I laugh at that all the time, man. That was my close call.